Hey everybody, DGooden24 here, and welcome to New Star GP and our new career mode for this series. We are going to be doing a voiceover, not really me playing live. I thought that would be more interesting this way and I could get through more in one video. So let's go ahead and start out here. If you haven't seen my review of this game, I'll put it up in the description or in the little box above, so you can check that out. This is a great game. New Star Games made this, and they also have made like Retro Bowl and stuff like that. So check them out if you haven't already. Checked this game out. It's really fun. So hopefully you guys will after this. So there's a lot of options for you to choose here for your created character. Just different hairstyles, facial hair, stuff like that. It's nice and decent for what it is. You can also choose a helmet style. Nothing too crazy here. You can also choose your car livery, and there's even different car styles for the year. We chose the pro career mode, so this is going to be a little bit on the tougher side, and then it takes you right into the tutorial. So that's where we're at. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Let's go. So we started out with our first time trial event. Just beat the target time. Nothing too exciting. It's more like a preseason testing type of deal. Nothing too crazy. So it kind of showed us the ropes, how to get some currency in the game, bucks and cups and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. So we're going to go ahead and advance past that. As there's a newspaper article written about our team, the atmosphere in New Star Racing Pit seems to be high after their car performed well in testing today. A source said, "We think we're in pretty good shape for the season, and the car has responded well to the changes we've made." So all in all, a good start to the preseason, and we're going to maybe do some upgrades here. We've got 425 bucks to spend, so we're going to improve our top speed. And as I'm looking over, I think we're going to call it good. So we unlocked a new body shell as well. And I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. I kind of like what we have, but I'm still debating what I want to upgrade here. We're going to add the braking a little bit. We've got 75 left, and we'll make the gear change. So we've only got 25 left. Nothing else we can really do. So we're going to go ahead, and there's some perks available. We'll adjust those as the season goes on and when we unlock more. You can also license out other parts from teams, which is pretty cool. I don't think I'm going to do that much at all. It's just not something I'm interested in. I would rather do it our own way. As there's the two body shell types, I think I will go with the new one. So it wants us to do a checkpoint race now. So we'll go ahead and do that. So we finished that just fine. We have a dilemma here where we have to choose between two perks, and whoever you don't pick will become not as happy, and whoever you do pick will be happier. As another New Star Sports newspaper clipping about us came out, but in the dilemmas, if you pick one, whoever you pick, they'll be happier, and whoever you don't pick will be unhappy. And there's a happiness system for about every person in this game, so you want to try to keep everybody as happy as you can. It's a little complicated to manage at the start, but once you start earning money, it gets better. But because you can buy people's happiness. So once again, I'm going to make another couple additions to our car, increasing our upgrades. So it's time for our first GP, as we're going to head to Northampton and get this career mode officially started. So here we are. We've got a few things to do. We need to choose a strategy. I think we're going to go with the one stop. Normally the one stop seems to be a little bit better here at the beginning of this career mode, so that's what I'm going to jump with. And here's the track. You can see the graphics are nice, kind of retro style, but 3D. They look good. Very happy with it. Let's go ahead and get started. Here is the grid rundown. You see a lot of these names are from the 80s, but they're from the 80s, but they are parody names of actual drivers. So it's kind of fun. But as you can see, we're going to start last in every single one. There's no qualifying. And it's going to show us how to get going. As here we go. We have 5 red lights, and the start of our New Star GP career mode is underway with a perfect start. As we get a good jump right off the line, we're going to sweep into 9th. Take a look here for 8th. There is no draft in this game unless you unlock it as a perk. So we're going to have to be a little bit behind the 8 ball. As here we go through S's, and you've got a boost in this game, but you've only got a certain amount per lap that you can use. As we're going to boost all the way up to 6th, and now we've got some work to do to get up to 5th. We're actually going to get past here and fall back to 7th, but 2 cars make contact and they go off into turn 1. That's going to move us up to 5th. And a contact with P4 as we go off the track. As you can see, they're mocking us as they get back ahead of us. So we are back to 5th, but a nice little gap back to us, but also in front of us. So that was an exciting corner as we're going to try our best to boost back up to them. But it doesn't look like we have the speed all by ourselves down the straightaway to do that. So the 2 stoppers have decided to come already. As you can see, they're on pit road. We are doing the 1 stop, so we can run longer. But that's going to move us all the way up to 1st, and we're going to take the lead in our first ever race, which is pretty cool, but we instantly blow turn 1, and the guys that have pitted are going to come out right behind us. So it's not looking great. As you can see, our front tires are starting to turn a little white, and as you can see on the wear indicator, they're also wearing that way too. So we need to run pretty good here, as we have actually pulled a nice little gap on them down the backstretch here. But we're going to prepare for our first stop coming up in this lap. As you can see, our engineer's telling us to box, so we're going to come in and take tires and gas. As here we come into the pit lane, it's all done on this little wheel here, so you have to confirm it as quick as you can, and you also get to add gas at the same time. So I'm normally a little bit more not as aggressive, I guess, when it comes to gas. I just want to get it full and make sure we don't run out. So that was a 10-second pit stop. But we're still going to come out ahead of the people that pitted with us, so that's no worry, as we're going to come out in P3. As P8 has a blowout, you can see there's some debris and stuff on the track, and we're going to block left as they're going to get to our inside and fly around us. They could have less fuel, and they obviously have softer tires, so they could be a little bit quicker, as we're going to boost right back by them into a podium spot, which would be great for our first race if we can hold on. All right, so the leaders are on pit road again, as we are going to shoot by and get right back to the lead. But we've got, as we blow turn 1 again, but no, he's going to come out right in front of us. Verville, I don't know how to pronounce his name. As we're going to shoot by him with our boost, try to get the lead and just to block if I can for the rest of the race. But we're going to get the lead, and we're going to try our best here in our first ever Grand Prix to hold on to it. Who would have thought, actually? Surely not anybody in this game. I thought maybe I could do it. Anyway, here we come. We're about half a lap from taking the white flag, as we're actually starting to widen out the gap. You'd be surprised, considering we have a little bit worn hard tires and they have brand new softs, but we'll see if we can hold on to it, as we do have some lap traffic here. That guy up there is way off the pace. Oh, that person makes a mistake and we run right into the back of him. Oh, that's not really helpful. The second place car is gaining on us just barely, but we're still doing okay. So we're going to take the white flag. I need to get around this guy as quick as I can and not blow turn 1. Much better turn 1 than what we've had. We're doing great here, holding on to it. Just got to get this lap in decently clean and we'll be just fine. As here we come off the final corner, no real pressure. In our first race, we are going to go ahead and take the W. And wow, that is pretty great, actually. I didn't expect to win our first ever race, but we took home the UK Grand Prix, and in pretty dominating fashion. Pretty good start for us. So we've got another dilemma here. Should we get more money for not leaving the track during a race, or make our pit stops faster? I'm going to go with the more money for not leaving the track, mainly because I wanted to make her a little bit happier. As the commentator after the race says, everyone's been donating their fees to the Free the Vegetables Foundation. And I'm going to go ahead and donate mine too, just to keep the media happy with me. And that's the important thing. I just want to keep our media happy. As you can see, you can purchase on the left to make people's happiness better. So that's something you can do in case they're mad at you for not choosing them all the time. As you can see here, I went ahead and add the perk to get a slipstream behind opponents. So now we can draft, which is a fun thing to do. We're going to look at some more upgrades here, see if there's anything exciting that I want to purchase. We'll go ahead and purchase the braking one. And is there anything else that we're interested in? I'm really debating here between efficiency, and we're going to go ahead and get that. 165 left, and we'll get the gear change one as well. So a nice big upgrade is we've got a phone call from our commercial manager. What would she like to tell us? She's saying, great work donating to that charity. The other drivers have all commented on your generosity. So it sounds like the garage and our manager are happy with us for doing that. So here we are for round 2 in Naples. We're going to see how we do here. We've went with the one-stop strategy once again. I like the one-stop. I know I can't really go as hard, but it is just, I don't know. It feels like it's going to be quicker no matter what. I would rather be in first or be up higher and then have the ability to block. I just feel like it puts us behind the 8 ball with the two-stopper, but we'll see how it goes here. As we get another great boost off the line, we're going to jump right into 9th. Get a decent run here on 8th. As you can see, just the graphics in this game are fantastic. They look so good. Oh, as you can see the flares up there in the stands, it looks so good. So there's a lot of dicing going on here into turn 1. That's going to allow us to get right up behind Becker. Oh, there's contact. There's contact. We hit the curb. We get a little loose. But we're still going to move up to 8th. As we're going to make a dive here for 7th. Oh, just can't quite, but we're going to try to use that slipstream to our advantage. But no, we're going to go back to 9th. As you can see, once again, they are very happy that they have passed us. Hard left-hander here, then back to right. We're going to go over the curbs here once again and get a little bit loose as we're going to try to use our boost and our draft to our advantage here. Around the outside, switch back to the inside. Lots of draft, but we cut it a little bit too long there. As they're looking to our outside, back to the inside. This has been pretty exciting first lap. I haven't even cut this video yet, so we're going to use the rest of our boost here. But we just don't seem to have a lot of pace so far. We are holding station back in 9th. We're going to have to use our strategy here to try to get back up front. Pit stops has started once again as we're going to jump all the way up to 4th. Not as good as we were hoping. As you can see, our tires are starting to get a little bit worn on the front end. We've got a big run here. Cut that corner about perfect. That was as good as we could possibly do. That's going to put us up into 3rd, a podium place. But we still have to pit as then we run wide in the next corner. We're still going to hold on to 3rd, but I used all my boost to try to make sure of that. I struggled a little bit with this track. I didn't feel that comfortable. I probably should be running these races before the fact, but I don't want to. I'm very content with how this series is going, where I just go into a race. I don't want it to be too easy as oh my gosh, we about missed the corner again, but we're still happily up in 3rd. We are going to go ahead and pit this time. The leader still needs to pit too. Looks like he's on a one-stop, so looks like there's no differing strategy here as the first 2 cars are going to come in, which means we're not going to be too far off of the leaders as we jump onto pit road here, hoping for a good stop. This is our only pit stop of the day, so we get that going good. I just want to make sure we are solid on gas. I probably shouldn't be so cautious on the gas, but it's fine. They got out ahead of us anyway. That's going to move us up to 4th, but here come the other 2 cars. We had a great pit stop, great sequence there. We're having to block hard, though, because they are on the move. Oh my gosh, that guy goes over the rumble strips, cuts the corner himself. We're going to try to boost back by, as once again, I take this corner way too wide. There they go again. Back to 6th. So, Mawson is the rival in this game. You'll see as we progress through. He's a troublemaker. We're back to P6. We've got our work cut out for us. They do have to pit again, but there is just no way we're going to get to the lead. But nothing else really happened the rest of this race, as the people in front of us that needed to pit for their 2-stop pitted, and we ended up blowing a right front tire or having some sort of damage problem on the right front, but we were able to nurse it home for a 3rd place finish. We can't complain about that. A decent day after not having a lot of pace. Our strategy paid off. So the points, we're going to fall back to 2nd behind, once again, I'm sorry, Gilles Verville? I am so sorry if I could not pronounce that correctly. After some quick research, it is Gilles Verville. So that's what I'll go for as time progresses. So please continue to yell at me in the comments. That's fine. I'm sorry, I'm not French. So we had Nigel Mawson. I told you to look out for him. Was furious after finishing behind me. He said I'm a menace and I shouldn't be allowed behind the wheel. So I called him an idiot. So I'm sure my manager won't be happy with me for that, but whatever. That's fine. I really don't care. So we're going to look at some more upgrades again for the next event. And I think I might not do anything, actually. So we've got another staff dilemma here. Our pit chief wants to go to the gym with us, and our commercial manager wants to go for a meal. Where should I go? As I'm going to go to the gym with our pit chief, and our commercial manager is unhappy about that. Maybe she thought it was a date. I don't know. Not sure what the correct decision was there, but I'll try to make it up to her later. Now we are going to Vienna, and Kike Ronco was caught on camera flinging her helmet down in disgust after a disappointing practice session. The her car suspension has proved to be tricky for the setup for the track. So, rough go of it for them. Hopefully we can have a little bit better of a day than them. As you can see, this track looks like the Red Bull Ring, and it's pretty close. It's a little bit shorter. It looks cool though. But as you can see, where it took inspiration from, a lot of these tracks are like their real-world counterparts, just a little shorter, a little different. It's very close, but overall, it's a fun little track, and we'll get going here as we are once again P10 off the line, 5 red lights, and we are underway as we got a decent boost. We're gradually getting worse at the boost, but we're still going to jump up to 9th. We're going to try our best to get up to 8th. Not quite going to happen. As you can see, they're bottoming out there, going towards turn 1. Got the hard right-hander. Decent for us, but they are pretty quick. They've gotten away. This is a tough little downhill right-hander too. And then a long straightaway here before hard left-hander. So we're just trying our best to hang in there. They are pretty quick, but just starting in the back every time makes it a lot more difficult. But I'm fine with the challenge. As here we come, as you can see, the middle of the lap is and then the end of the lap looks, once again, just like the real-world Red Bull Ring. As you can see, there is a giant wad of cars together. Oh my gosh, someone is up, I think it was Nigel Moss, and he almost went over off of the curb there, as we're going to jump up to P7. I'm sure he'll somehow find a way to blame me for that. But as Jill Verval is up to 6th, as we got hit there by, I don't even know that person's name. They're going to try to swing around on the outside of us. We're going to push them up a little bit. As you can see, they're angry about that. They're trying to get back underneath us. I'm doing my best to hold them off, as our main championship rival is not having the race he was hoping for. As we're going to try to get by him as quick as we possibly can, as Renee is pitting from the lead. We've got a few guys here. They're all over each other. They are all going to pit at the same time. So they're on the 2-stop strategy. We are on the 1, as is Jill, as he is right behind us, but we've got to go get the leader now, as we are already on to lap 3, halfway through the race. Later on in this lap, there's the leader. We're going to swing wide, almost missed the corner, but no, they've broken a suspension strut, so that means they are going to be off the pace, as Nigel Mawson also has a blowout, so they're going to go ahead and pit for their tires and broken suspension. We are going to be super aggressive and swing around the outside, but there's contact. We go into the pit wall. So we're going to come into the pit road here and get gas and tires. Who knows what's going to happen on pit road here. So we're going to go ahead and take our hards and try to get fuel in it. How much are we going to put in it? Oh, no, we're switching to softs. I'm being aggressive. We are putting softs on the car. I want to go all out here. I thought the tire wear was good enough to manage to get around here and maybe be a little bit more aggressive. So we'll see what happens as here we come out of the pits. As you can see, Jill is right in front of us. It's going to try to pull away from us down the straightaway. We're going to take the hard right-hander down the hill. And, he's getting away. We're going to try to use our boost to get back to him, but he's pretty quick. Big dive down the inside. We're going to get the pass done, but no, he's going to shoot back to the inside. We're going to go a little wide into the sand as he's going to get back around us. The softs aren't quite working as well as I was hoping, but I guess it is what it is. So we're going to take the next final 2 corners, come to the line to take 2 laps to go. Using our slipstream to our advantages, we're going to give him a huge shot in the rear end. The slipstream by him on the outside, but he's just too fast in a straight line. We're just going to have to use the slipstream to our advantage. We're going to go around the outside of him. Not going to get it done there. Try to get back into slipstream. As you can see, he's mocking us from ahead. We went a little wide there. Going to use our boost to get right back to him, as there's a slow car smoking, as he's going to slow down and we're going to shoot right past, but also we're going to take that a little bit too wide, and once again way wide onto the sand, and he's going to get back ahead of us, as I believe the car that had a broken suspension is still ahead of us. As it wants me to pit for tires. I cannot do that. I will not be pitting for tires. I'm going to try to make it this last lap on the softs. It looks to be not the best idea, as we are now back to third. I think we'll be in third. We'll see here once we go by on the pits. As we have hit the final lap, yes, we are up to third on the podium, but it's not looking good for us as that left front is super worn out. We should have been able to get P2 up here, but we just blew it and got in the sand, and that pretty much did it for us, I think. So the final few corners here is Jill is right there. His tire wear is now critical. We struggled with those S's really, really bad. We used all of our boosts, and it's not going to be enough. We're going to be in P3 coming through the final two corners. Our tires are blinking red. They are that angry at us. A disappointing P3 is what it's going to be. I don't know if we would have took cards that it would have really mattered. We'll take it. So, is it KK or Kiki? I'm not really sure. Ended up winning the race, and they are going to pass us for second in points. That puts us 4 points back of Jill. He ends up getting second. KK gets first, and we are third. Or Kiki, I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm going to go with Kiki, and we'll see if I'm right or wrong here. So we're going to go with Kiki for the name, as we're going to go ahead and pick our commercial manager for the dilemma there. And it looks like back and forth between yourself and Jill as you jostle for position. He got lucky is what I'm going to say in that. Yeah, it wasn't me just being bad. No, not at all. It was just him getting lucky. As we're going to look at upgrades once again. We've got $305 to spend, and I think we're going to use it on acceleration. So there we go. Increased our acceleration. We still got 155 left, but I think we're going to call it good on that. So we are going to go for the two-stop today. Going to change it up a little bit for the Nabe Grand Prix. I hope I pronounced that right, Grand Prix. I'm struggling a little bit. I am from Missouri. You're going to have to bear with me here. It's 5 red lights, and we are underway. A better boost that time, 70%. We're going to jump all the way up to 8th, 7th, and maybe 6th. Look at that, a great jump off the line. And we've got a great run here on 5th, as we're going to use our slipstream to get to the outside and maybe look for 3rd, 4th, 3rd. It's 4th. So a good jump, good start, all the way up 6 spots as we're looking to the inside, a little contact. Now we're going to jump right to the outside of Kiki and get to 2nd, as Jill is right up there. First place. This is as best as we've done right off the start. Upgrades seem to be working. We had a good jump. Everything's going great. We're going to look for the lead here on lap 1, and we really need to with this two-stop strategy. Looks like Jill is on the one-stopper, so we're going to have to be quick here with this two-stop strategy. Go ahead, come down, and look at that. Look at the gap we've already pulled out. So we're going to have to come in here for fuel and tires. We have got a decent little lead here. It's really, really well for us, so let's try to have a good pit stop, make sure nothing dumb happens. Gas is going to be something I probably struggle to decide on here, but that's fine. Get those completely done. I'm going to go a little bit extra here and hopefully be able to take less on our last stop. It's kind of my hope. And yeah, that was my plan. Just take full fuel this time and then just take a little bit on the last stop. So here we go. We're going to exit in P6. So there's a few guys behind us on the two-stop strategy. It looks like 3, maybe. I think just 3. I think the guy in last is maybe slow. I'm not sure. Regardless, it was 3 or 4. So we've got a good little gap to 5th ahead of us, but they are going to be pitting this next time. So hopefully we should be able to jump back out in front of them. All right, pit stops are underway. As let's see how far up the order we jump. As Jill's in the pits. Everybody's in the pits that was ahead of us. We're going to jump all the way up to 5th. 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. As look at that huge lead, but remember, we do have to stop one more time. As here we come down pit road for our final pit stop. Let's see how far we've got to go here. So as we're going to take our soft look, we don't even have to put much gas in the car, and we are underway. A quick 3.8 second stop. So it hurt the first time. I'm sure there's a better way to do it, but I thought it would be fun that way. Here we come right out of the pits. Here comes, I think it's Jill? Yes, is we're going to come out right in front of him. But remember, we've got softs, and he's on used hards, so we should just be able to pull away and get away from him to the end of the race. As here we come through the last corner, it was business as usual. We just had the setup dialed in today. Great race. Good, just a solid team effort. We're going to take our second win at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Goodness, I wanted to say Hungary and Hungarian at the same time, as we're going to be in a point tie with Jill, as a great result for us. We needed that really, really bad after the last struggle of the last couple races. So we're going to go ahead and go with, on this dilemma, I don't really want the restart option during a race, so we're going to go with start with speed when we're setting your car. I can hear the celebrations from the New Star Racing pit. Who should we credit for the performance? So I'm going to go with commercial just to make the commercial lady happy, since we didn't pick her on the other one. I don't really plan on changing a lot of these unless there's something really, really cool on these perks. As you see, I'm going to go ahead and try to buy some happiness from some people here. Make sure everybody in the team is happy. And there we go. So perfect. So let's go ahead and look at some more upgrades. See how much faster we can make this car. As we're going to do the tire wear upgrade, and the braking upgrade is completed fully. So we are maxed out on braking. Is there anything else I can do? Not really. We've only got 165 credits left, as our commercial manager is giving us a call, probably to thank us. Yep, that was a nice thing you said in the interview. Thanks. It's nice to feel valued. Of course, I wanted to make you happy. As we're getting a phone call from our chief engineer, this can't be good. Hi, Dylan. Unfortunately, we discovered an issue with the bodywork mountings. Fixing it will require us to upgrade some of our tooling systems. We could pay to do that or leave it and run out. Run what I think is a 20% risk of it malfunctioning. Well, we don't even have enough to fix it, so we have to decline, which is a bummer. So here we are in Quebec, or Montreal, for those of you that know what I'm talking about, for the Canadian Grand Prix. How many times am I going to do that in this video? It looks a lot like Montreal. It is very, very close to on the layout. So we're going to go ahead. We're starting last, 5 red lights, and we are underway. I am pretty familiar with this track. I'm excited for it. Montreal is one of my favorite tracks ever, especially road course-wise. And we're going to get a great jump up to P7 off the line. We're going to take the hard right-hander. Oh, big contact. They're going to get up in the air, which is going to allow us to maybe the opportunity to pounce some draft real quick, but they're going to pull back ahead. As you can see, they're sticking their tongue out at us. Thanks a lot. We're going to try our best to try to sweep by him, use this maybe long straight with our boost. No, we're going to wait till the long back stretch right before the finish line, I think. We're going to use our draft. Oh, they're going to cut us off, but make a big dive and get 2 spots in one. As there's Kiki up there. We are up to P5. Now the hard hairpin type corner, big contact, which is going to, oh no, it's going to spin us around. Oh, as I get just nailed right in the side pod. I debated using a restart or rewind, but I decided that I would not do that. Play it out like it was real life, and we are just going to be way, way behind. This is race like we were going to win this GP, and now we are all the way back to 10th. So it wants us to go ahead and pit for fuel. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to make an executive decision here. Probably a really bad idea. We're going to go to hards and try to one-stop it maybe from the end here. So I'm just going to fill it up with gas, take a super long pit stop to start. Just see what happens. As here we are on lap 3, come to lap 4, as Jill is having gearbox problems, which is great for us. We need him to not win this race because we are going to be in the back, it appears. We just moved up to 9th, but that's just because one car is on pit road. As we are just not performing up to expectations with these hard tires. We are struggling pretty well here. But we are gaining on a car. Who could it be? It's Jill's Vervol, as he is struggling with his broken gearbox, as we are going to move ahead of him up to 8th. Oh man, what a sad, sad race this has been. It wants us to pit for tires here, so I realize we're not going to be able to make it, so I'm just going to come in for some softs. And we'll just see what happens till the end of the race here. Oh, no, I'm taking hards, apparently. I didn't mean to do that. Nope, we're going to switch back to the softs. So a little bit longer of a pit stop than it should have been. 6 seconds, should have cut off 3 seconds, but oh well. So we're going to come out right behind this guy. as we're actually going to be literally on his bumper exiting the pits, and we're going to go ahead and knock the wall there. Knock the wall down. Yep, they're mocking us as they're getting away from us. We should be able to get by them pretty easily, but there's not going to be anybody else for us to pass. I say that as they're getting away from me. We're going to use a big boost here down the back and the draft to make a big dive. Oh, big contact. They're not too happy about it. Into the chicane right there, coming to the white flag. A lot of the guys just came out of the pits, but he's going to try to get back underneath me into turn 1. As we're going to try to pull back ahead. Nigel is 8 seconds ahead of us. There's no way he's going to get back ahead of us. And that's just not good. We're going to save our boost here for the end and hopefully be able to drive right back by him. We're having a nice little scrap here for who would believe 7th of all things. Right now our goal is just to stay right behind him so we can use our boost and pass him at the end. We are kind of gaining on some of these guys. I don't know if we're going to be able to get there or not. Not a great corner there. We're going to use all of our boost here to try to get back to him, but he's just really, really fast. Try to use the slipstream. Gonna get by him. Can we hold it here as Nigel is right there, but we're not going to get to him, unfortunately. We had a fast car, so we're going to have to do some major blocking to the line. And, oh my god, he got me back at the line. P8, so that's a bummer. I kind of thought we were good. We just weren't fast in a straight line there, so P8. Not a great day at all for the New Star Racing bunch and for me. Look at that, all the way back in 8th. Kiki's going to take the win. It's going to put her right back into the championship hunt. Not good for us. Not good at all. Good for them. That just hurts. That hurts a lot for us. So we'll go ahead and see. Poor result. Who should I blame? I don't want to blame anybody. It was my fault. I'm the one that crashed. We'll blame the pit crew because of the miscue on the tires. So we've got 225. We're going to go ahead and purchase that upgrade. Our pit chief is calling us, I'm sure, because he's pissed off. I understand, but I had to blame somebody. Well, this is awkward. I thought you were a bit unkind to me in that interview. Sorry to disappoint. So now he's just content with us. So that is our first episode of our New Star GP career. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be going to Brazil next week. I enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.